Admit strangers, please. Order, please. We'd like to welcome several guests that we have both within the chamber and outside the chamber today. First of all, outside the chamber and watching us from Bell Island are Mrs. Leahy's grade 5 class. They're at St. Augustine's Elementary, and they're watching in support of one of their classmates who is the subject of a member statement today. So great welcome to you out there in television land. And I'd also like to acknowledge several members of the arts community who are joining us today. We have with us Courtney Brown, Amy House, Pete Soucy, Kevin Major, Marilyn Bernard, Joss Gowdy, Bridger Canning, Lynn Panting, and Kella LaChance. Nice to see you all. Welcome. The Honourable the Member for St. John's Centre.
Mr. Speaker, artists have mounted a respectful and convincing letter-writing campaign calling for an increase in funding for Arts NL, the only arts program investing directly in artists for the creation and development of art. The number of artists applying for this funding has significantly increased, yet the Arts NL budget has actually decreased. I asked the Premier, does he fully understand how crucial this Arts NL funding is?
The Honourable the Minister of Tourism, Culture, Industry and Innovation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member opposite for her question. Government is firmly committed to the arts community here in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. That's why we put forward the Status of the Artist legislation. And we are working with, and we certainly value the important work that Arts NL does for the promotion and the creation of arts. I had a very productive meeting with business in the arts and artists on dialogue on this particular matter. I just reflect back on a sunrise ceremony that I took place with members of the business community with business in the arts, where we had Lynn Panting's dance class, and it was a way to start off connecting how business and the arts are synonymous. Creativity and innovation go hand in hand, and it's important that we invest in the arts.
Thank you. The member for St. John's Centre.
Mr. Speaker, Rick Mercer wrote, "It is thanks to early support from Arts NL and groups supported by Arts NL that I owe my career." Patrina Bromley, Newfoundland actor and come from away on Broadway, wrote, "I would never have become a professional actor if I hadn't been hired to act. That only happened because someone got a small investment from Arts NL to do a project." I asked the Premier, have these articulate and passionate artists convinced him yet as to why Arts NL investment is crucial to the development of the careers of our artists?
The Honourable Minister of Tourism, Culture, Industry and Innovation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I have the greatest respect for all of these artists and what they're doing for Newfoundland and Labrador in their production and creation and marketing and promotion of our province and their artistic endeavours, and those newcomers who are looking to become professional artists and the work that they're doing through their involvement with Arts NL and all the other entities of government. They do incredible work, and our government has been working with and listening to them. And I have to say that it's important that we continue to have ongoing dialogue. And that's why, as Minister, I've been going to various events and activities and festivals, and also seeing the investment firsthand, talking to the artists direct. And any investment in Arts NL will be reflective in Budget 2019.
Thank you. The member for St. John's Centre.
Mr. Speaker, award-winning writer, actor Mark Critch wrote, "When I was starting out, some friends and I received a small grant that helped us to put off a show of original comedy at the hall. That investment led to all I've done since. Investing in Arts NL will pay off culturally and economically." I asked the Premier, is there anything else he needs in order to be convinced how crucial Arts NL funding is to the well-being and the growth of our cultural sector? Faint praise is not enough.
The Honourable Minister of Tourism, Culture, Industry and Innovation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as I said in the beginning, We have been investing in the arts. We continue to do so. We see the value in the arts. This is why we have such a strong cultural community here. It is because of all the individuals that are involved. We work in partnership. We work with Arts NL, government as well. Any investment in Arts NL will come in Budget 2019. That is reflective in the budget. That is coming on Tuesday. And that's when the member would find out if there's any particular investment in Arts NL. But what I can say is that the Premier and I have been on site of Hudson and Rex. We see where film can come from playwright, can come from literary works. It's all very interconnected. It all drives the economy. It's $450 million. There's 5,000 jobs. And the arts and cultural community is so important to this government.
Thank you. The member of St. John Centre for a very quick question, please.
Mr. Speaker, I asked the Premier, in the past few weeks, his government made several funding announcements totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. Will he now join with our artists and commit to this modest request for one of the best investments this province can make for our people?
And the Minister of Tourism, Culture, Industry and Innovation for a quick response, please.
Mr. Speaker, I said that any reflection of investment in artistic and cultural endeavours would be in Budget 2019. But what I can say is that we are firmly committed to the arts community here in this province, and we continue to make investments. Actually, there's an announcement being made right now to expand the Princess Sheila Nagara Theatre in Carbonear.
Thank you.